All right, before I even get started, let me go ahead and ask you this. Do you believe that there is a whole world of things going on around you that you cannot even see? What's up, everybody? So today I want to go ahead and jump right in and talk to you guys about the spiritual world. Yes, if you didn't believe it before, I'm here to tell you now that the spiritual world does exist. A whole world of things is going on around us that we can't even see. And before I realized this, I didn't understand a lot of things. So I think that when you really grasp that this world is a real world, then you will be able to get a greater spiritual understanding of a lot of things that go on. A lot of things that go on in your life, a lot of things that go on around you, the power of prayer, like why all of these things matter. So whether you like it or not, you're in the middle of a spiritual war. And I'm going to quote one of the most well-known scriptures that I know a lot of you know, but it's important that we go back to it and that you understand. So Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in heavenly places." So yes, we are in the middle, smack dab in the middle of a spiritual war. So in this creation, like I said, there are some good things and there are some evil things. There are some winged things. There are some things with four heads. There are some things that crawl. There are some things that influence your thoughts. There are things that are things. If you get what I'm saying, just think of the greatest fantasy book you could ever think of. God's book or his story is greater, and it's full of different creatures. Now the thing is, God is the only one that is omnipresent. God is the only one that can be everywhere at once. These evil things, these good things, us, we cannot be everywhere at once. With all of these creatures, all of creation and everything in it, there is an ultimate goal of the war. And just to be downright honest, just to be straight up, the devil wants your soul. Bruh. The devil wants your soul, but God also wants you. But he gives us free will to choose. He gives us free will to choose him. And that's just the fact of the matter of it. So yeah, because God gives us the will to choose, the devil knows that he can manipulate us. And like I told you guys earlier, God did give us dominion, so we have to give permission to these things to influence us. So a lot of the things that we experience are a direct result of things that go on in the spiritual world. We can influence the spiritual world, and the spiritual world can influence us. Now, one of the greatest examples that I want to give you guys, it comes from Daniel chapter 10. In chapter 10 of Daniel, Daniel is just received a vision, so he goes into prayer, he goes into fasting for about 3 weeks, and eventually an angel comes to him to tell him what the vision means. But before the angel gives him the vision, he tells Daniel, "Hey Daniel, I've been trying to get to you for a minute now, but there was the Prince of Persia stopped me. So I was in battle with the Prince of Persia, and you know, the Archangel Michael had to be released in order to come help me so that I may get this message to you." So, you guys, the Prince of Persia is basically, if you guys go read it, it's just a spirit that was basically had wielded its power over the Persian Empire. So it was something that was influencing something in the physical realm, something spiritual influencing the spiritual realm, also something trying to stop a message that was getting to Daniel. So Daniel's praying all of this time to get this message. He's not getting this message for 3 weeks. He's not getting clarity. That's because there is a war going on in the spiritual realm. But because he is praying, the Archangel Michael is released, and the other angel is able to get to Daniel in order to get him the message. This is just one example of how the physical realm affects the spiritual realm, and how the spiritual realm affects the physical realm. And there's a previous video that I have on my channel about yoga. It's not just yoga, but it's just explaining how a lot of different things can allow evil things to come into your life. Like, we think that, you know, when I say you give permission to something evil, you think it's going to be some big scary monster, and you're like, no, I would never. I would never give permission to that. But guys, the devil doesn't come as some scary thing. I always say this. He comes as an angel of light. He is very tricky. Very, very tricky. He will come and use, actually, he will come and use scripture. The devil can quote scripture with the best of us. But the thing is, you got to know it better than him. You got to know God. You got to have that relationship with him. You got to know better than him. So yeah, just as the enemy was trying to tempt Jesus in the desert, y'all remember that? Like, he was like, you know, if you are, you know, who you say you are, do this. And then Jesus came back at him because he knew, like, the devil will take something and he will use it, which you'll be like, oh, that sounds like truth. That sounds like truth. But you gotta know truth. You gotta live. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta live up under God. You know, you have got to, because the devil is not out here to play with y'all. I mean, and I'm not out here to play with him either. But I'm just saying, it is a real war going on, you guys. So yeah, I just want you guys to be careful. I want you guys to be intentional. I want you guys to just pray that God will open your eyes to give you a greater discernment, because I have to ask for it every day. Sometimes I can find myself involved in some things and I'm like, you know, I get, you know, a quickening in my spirit. I'm like, wait a minute, you know, that doesn't feel right, you know. But I pray to God every day for discernment, because I'm very, like, much of a logical person. And it was part of what the enemy used to get me to fall down that slippery slope, because a lot of that stuff did sound true to me. It sounded right to me. And he did quote scripture. he knows that scripture is powerful. But like I said, you got to know better than him. You guys, just know that you have the tools that you need. Know that you're equipped. Know that it's not about your neighbor. No, it's not about this person or that person, about this political party, about that political party, about this race, this country, that country. It is a lot of stuff dealing with the spiritual realm. There's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, you guys, I just say go forward knowing these things. And yeah, and I hope you guys are able to use something from this video. I hope you maybe learn something that you didn't know before, because a lot of these things, it can take a while to process. It can take a while to process, especially if, you know, if you intellectually know it. Like I always say, if you intellectually know something, ask God to give you the real knowing that this stuff is going on. And I promise you guys, you will see things differently. Alright, you guys, thank you for making it to the end of another video. I'm so elated that you guys are still on this journey with me. Comment down below what you guys think about the spiritual realm. Did you believe in it before? Do you believe in it now? Or do you not really feel it? Like, how do you feel about it? Comment down below, let me know. Also, you guys, subscribe, hit that notification, that post notification button, so you guys can get these videos as soon as they come out. I'm going to try my best to be consistent with this, because I do believe what I have to say is important. I have so much to share with you guys. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.